Hi, Mr. Unker here, and I am looking at the Khan Academy assignment called Arithmetic Sequences. And in this first problem, we're going to find the sum of this sequence. Um, and have negative 1676, negative 1669, negative 1662. You can see that each of these numbers, there is a change of 7. So we're adding 7 to go from that number to the next one. Okay, likewise, when we go from here to here, we also add 7. All right. So to figure out the sum, um, we have this formula that states that the sum of n terms equals um, basically the number of terms n times the first term plus last term, which we signify as a sub n, and all that divided by 2. We got this highlighted for some reason, not sure why. Try it with the other mouse. Leave it highlighted. Well, anyways, so we know these numbers are negative 1676. There we go. Negative 1676, negative 1669, so on and so forth. We know the first term. So we know that the first term is negative 1676. We know that the last term is negative 108. Okay. The problem is we don't know the number of terms, so we got to figure that out. So to figure out the number of terms, we need to we need to figure out the difference between 108 and 1676, divide that by 7, and then to figure out the number of terms, we're going to add 1 because you only start adding 7 after the first term. We're going to take negative 108 subtract negative 1676. Divide all that by 7, and then we're going to add 1 to whatever that number is to get the number of terms. So n, our number of terms, so I'm going to take out my phone here. You can do it on the calculator there as well. So we have negative 108 minus a negative 1676. Okay, that equals 1,568. We're going to divide that by 7, we get 224, and then we add 1, so we have 225 terms. And if you're having trouble with this, pause the video, go back, try it yourself to figure this out. So for n, we're plugging in 225. And that's the sum of 225. Work that out. And we get negative 200,000 700. Okay. And we got energy points. It's a good day. Let's try another one. Okay. So now we're finding the sum from 1 to 425. So we have 425 terms because we're starting at 1. If we started at 0, we'd have 426. But start at 1, we have 425 terms. Okay. We want to figure out the first term. So to figure out the first term, that a sub 1, we're going to do 9 times 1 minus 3,219. And that's going to equal 9 times 1 is 9. So 9 minus 3219. That's negative 3,210. Okay. And then we want to figure out the last term. So it's going to be 9 times 425 minus 3,219. For my mouse, but okay, and so the last term is going to equal 606. So we're going to add those two terms and multiply it by 425. We're really taking the average of the two terms. So 425 times negative 310 plus 606. Divide that by 2. That's the sum of 425 terms. Sorry about my writing here. It's not that great. That's going to equal that out. So we've got negative 310 plus 606. Divide that by 2. That's negative 1,302. And multiply by 425. We get negative 553,350. Put that in. All right, look at that. More energy points. Let's try another one. All right, so they give us the first term. It's 566. Okay. We want to find the first 90 terms, so n equals 90. Okay, but we don't know the last term. All right, so to get the last term, The 90th term will be the first term, 566. We're going to subtract off 4, but we're going to subtract off 4 not 90 times, but 89 times, because you don't subtract the 4 off for the first term. That's going to give us our last term. So let's do that out. Do 566 minus 4 times 89. That's going to be 210. Okay, so our sum of 90 terms can equal the number of terms, 90, times the first term, 566, plus the last term, 210, divide that by 2. So we got 566 plus 210 equals 776. Divide that by 2. That's 388. And we're going to multiply by 90. That's 34,920. It's 34,920. Look at that, more energy points. Today's a good day. Let's see if we can get a perfect score. All right. So we're going to find the sum of this sequence. So we know our first term is 997. Our last term is 252. We start to plug those in. So 997 plus 252. We're going to divide that by 2. Okay, now we got to multiply by the number of terms. So the difference between each of these terms, we're subtracting 5. So it's a change of 5. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to subtract not the first term from the last term. I'm going to do it opposite. I'm going to subtract the last term from the first term, and then I'm going to divide by 5 and add 1, because we add 1 to the number of terms because you don't take off 5 for the first term. And the reason why I'm changing the order of subtraction in this case is that the first term is greater than the last term. Now I could do it the other way. I could take the last term, subtract the first term, I'd get a negative number, and then I would divide by -5. But either way works. I just like, let's keep positive today. I like to keep positive. So we're going to do that to figure out the number of terms. So I'm going to subtract 252. And divide by 5. Then add 1. And if you want to try it the other way, take 252 minus 997, divide by -5 and add 1. You can do that. You come up with the same answer. So we get 149 plus 1. That's 150 terms. Okay, so we're going to multiply this whole thing by 150. And that's a sum of the 150 terms. So that's going to equal sign a little bit better. That's going to equal, all right, so we got 997 plus 252. That's 1,249. We're going to divide that by 2. We get 624.5, and we're going to multiply that by 150. And we get 93,675. Check our work. Look at that. Perfect score. That's all there is to it. If you have questions, leave some comments in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day.